Speak like you love yourself. Think like you love yourself. Eat like you love yourself. And care for your natural hair like you love yourself.
Who are the real Americans? America keep changing and changing and changing. Let's go back in time when the American Indians looked like I look and roamed the southeast part of the United States freely.
What are the ethnic characteristics for Amerindian peoples of North American hair? Textured hair. Today it's called kinky or wavy hair, not Asian or Caucasian straight. Our kind of hair represents a collective texture of leaves with the trees creating a forest. This is why most indigenous females have experienced prejudice against their hair. Your hair represents the forest of America in your blood reflecting from you. Please note, it is well noted when correctly nourished, Amerindian hair looks edible like a sponge and feels as soft flower petals.
And that statement right there is very true, y'all. I don't care what type of hair we're talking about. When your hair is properly cared for, hydrated, nourished, moisturized, it will feel soft to the touch, to the kinkiest, coiliest for, on up and down. So people who have dryness complaints, breakage complaints, my top recommendation is to get more deep conditioning in, of course, with something effective for that purpose. But yes, all of our hair should feel soft to the touch without a lick of product if it is properly hydrated and properly nourished. I've worked with thousands of women over my career, and I assure you, with a great hair regimen, when your hair isn't in a dry or dang near dehydrated state, it feels soft. It might look kinky in what some people like to call Brillo, but you touch that thing and she is giving soft, okay? She's giving cotton with a little kink in there. So if you have chronically dry hair, you definitely need to make some changes to your hair care regimen. So I was a natural hairstylist, a cosmetologist for almost a decade, and I've worked with every hair type there is, and my guidance is always to, if you're gonna have an enjoyable journey, work with your hair more often than not, and not against it, and you'll cut down the time you spend styling, handling the hair. Of course, we want to blow dry it sometimes, we want to straighten it, we want to do all the things, but if that's your norm, you are doing a whole lot of extra work that makes the journey seem cumbersome when it really isn't. It really doesn't have to be. And you are, repeatedly exposing the hair to, I won't say dehydration, but keeping it drier than it normally would be if you are styling your hair in a way that locks in a bunch of moisture, right? I came across a YouTube video not too long ago, and I think the creator was Healing with Mari. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I believe the title of the video was Back to Our Roots. And in this video, she covered the hair care practices of various African tribes. And the common thread for me in the video, aside from them all being, in the continent of Africa, is that all of the roots of the hair care practices are in the land. The roots are in nature. The roots are in the clays. The roots are in the powders, the oils, the botanicals, the soaps even. And the roots of the hair care are not in any of these chemical, synthetic products that are not only oftentimes slowly destroying our hair and poisoning our scalp, but also contributing to health problems. So that stuck out to me. And at this stage in my journey, being a holistic hair care healer and holistic health practitioner, it was important for me to identify and find my roots, not only as a part of my work, but as a part of my spiritual journey. And so after having my genealogy done some years ago, I discovered that my people's roots are predominantly in the Americas. And so the practices that I use on my hair are rooted in the American Indian traditions, and all of them, well, majority of them, are based on plants that are native to the Americas. And so you're gonna find some lovely DIY recipes that incorporate a lot of these rituals in volume 3 of my ebook. Yeah, I work with my hair and what it wants to do instead of against it.
So we got the Letters and Notes of North American Indians, written in 1841 by Arthur George Catlin. And he described Indians as all primitive tribes known in America are dark, copper colored with jet black hair. As you read, there are no white skin indigenous to America. Some Amerindians have straight hair, while most possess curls in the extreme and every level of wavy hair in between. Today, we call this type of hair nappy hair. The coarse hair will stand anything. The coarse hair will stand anything and will grow thick. The fine hair is delicate and considered hair that will not grow long because of breakage.
I'm still working through this head, y'all. It normally takes me about 25-35 minutes to do my entire head with this shingling or texture defining process. And then I'll usually rough dry with the blow dryer if I'm leaving right away, but if not, then I'll just let it air dry. Look at that. Oh, that gel, it just smells so good. And I just love knowing that when I am inhaling in the fragrances, the aroma, I should say, there's nothing toxic about it.
Women used deer oil in their hair, and it was long and flowing in plaits or braids. Men wore their hair shaved with the top lock or totally bald.
In ancient American Indian hair care traditions, specifically the Mississippians culture, there's a lot of fats. So as you heard from the previous clip, like the women were using deer oil. They were also using bear fat and making grease out of it, bear grease. But there was also a lot of plant oils and plant fats as well. And so they used what was around them, just like every other Aborigine and tribe to the land. They used the plants that are around them. They used the full animal when they did hunt the animal. You know, they used the fur for clothing and, you know, the skins for clothing and other things. They used the fat for body, hair care, cooking, and the same with the plants. And so in the traditions and the rituals of my people, definitely all of these things were used. But then I also discovered that there was a lot of avocado butter. So this is why I leaned into the avocado butter. Like, I was familiar with avocado oil and butter and was drawn to it even prior to having my genealogy done. But yeah, in Mississippian culture, a lot of, I should say ancient Mississippian culture, a lot of avocado butter, a lot of pumpkin seed, a lot of pumpkin seed oil. What else is going on? A lot of sage. A lot of sage was used for scalp care and hair care, darkening the hair naturally with tea rinses and things like that. What else? Of course, all of the herbal botanicals that are very common to us today are our chamomiles, our lavenders, our eucalyptuses, our peppermints, you know, whatever was around. Nettle is really big in Mississippian culture. Honeysuckle. Honeysuckle is also one of the plants that is used a lot in hair care. And so much more. And like I said, for volume 3 of my ebook, not only did I make a special focus on, of course, updating the brands that I recommend that you all use on your hair by your hair type, and I added some additional ingredients that we want to be avoiding when we're shopping for hair products, so that no matter what brand you shop, you know that what you're getting is non-toxic and healthy for your hair, scalp, and in your body system, right? But I also added a bunch of DIYs rooted in the American Indian hair traditions for those of y'all who like to mix up a thing and make a fresh thing. You know, a lot of y'all were asking for some DIYs. So I put some in there. There's everything from a cleanser for the entire body to hair oils, to hair teas, conditioners, stylers. You got it all. So if you don't ever want to go and pick up another thing off the shelf, you don't have to. But again, the recommendations for the on-the-shelf products are absolutely positively top tier. So I hope that all of you who've purchased it already, and those of you who are going to purchase the book, find all of that information valuable and use it to nurture and support you having the highest and healthiest hair care journey. So this is the hair all shrunken and probably about 90% dry. It's still pretty wet in the back in this particular clip, but this is the same day. I'm running out the door to a 10-day going away lunch for one of my good girlfriends. She's going on a world tour and going to be doing some traveling for the next year, so we all gathered to go and celebrate her. But yeah, I just did a little rough drying that y'all saw earlier in the video, just enough to get most of the water out. Well, not even most, some of it, so that it wasn't dripping. And then I let it air dry and just shrink right on up to where it wants to be. And this is the result. Very shrunken, very defined, very crispy. This gel is doing its job, and just very gorgeous and beautiful. Like I love my hair in this state, and like I said, sometimes I'll just pin it up and rock it that way. A lot of us don't think of our hair as something that's living, as something that we really need to care for and nurture, just like we do every other part of our body. There seems to be this disconnect that has proliferated in the cosmetic science community, and just, you know, out to us as customers and consumers, that the hair is dead, and this is why we can do all of these harmful things to it that break it down and cause it to dry out and, you know, fall off and fall out. But if we start to look at our hair through not only the spiritual lens, but just, you know, consider that it is definitely an extension of your nervous system, and it is a living thing. Everything that grows is living, y'all. Everything. I don't care who told you what. Just think about the logic in dead things growing. They don't. So your hair is living, your nails are living, your skin is living. You are a fully functioning living being. And your hair is so very important. And I want to remind you to treat it, with the highest care and the highest reverence, like you do every other part of your body, which is why, like I said, back to the nervous system thing, like when we're having nervous problems, stress, anxiety, depressions even, the hair will start to fall. The hair will fall out from the scalp. So this is not just some dead, inanimate thing that you can do anything to without consequences. And from my, experience and knowledge in other sciences outside of cosmetic science and cosmetic chemistry, your hair absorbs things just like your skin. So when you put things on it, it is also carrying those things back to your scalp, to your follicles, to your blood system, and just like your skin. And y'all can, debate amongst yourselves in the comments, but I know what I know. And maybe that will put in perspective for you how important your hair is, and impress upon you to treat it with better care.